What's happening, everybody? So something came today for the C5, and yeah, I'll just go ahead and get into it. Right here, Kustom Interiors seat covers. So haven't opened these yet. Here's the thing: I was back and forth on seats. I wanted to do the aftermarket seats that most people are doing off of Amazon, the race seats. They run about the same price as what these covers were, and I wanted something like to hug me a lot better when I'm driving, because when we start hitting these roads and everything, kind of moving back and forth a little bit. So I wanted something a little tighter on my sides. And one thing I didn't like about the seats were that people was having to put them in backwards. Driver side on passenger, passenger on driver, because of the lever to recline. And I know once you get the seat where it needs to go, it's not that big of a deal, but I do keep stuff behind my seats, and having that latch on my seat back is actually kind of nice. So I've been back and forth on the seat covers and the seats and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. I finally pulled the trigger. I just bought the seat covers. Everything I was looking at, they looked great. They were fitting great. My seats are actually in good shape. They're red, and I went ahead and ordered the red just to make them look fresh, and supposedly they got some cushion in them. I haven't opened these yet, so I'm going to go ahead and get into that right now, and let's see how these things kind of look. So, yeah, I haven't opened these. The boxes like that when they got here. They probably just picked it up and carried it to my porch. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these open, and I'm going to pull some of these out. All right, I am doing this one-handed. I don't have my gimbal on me, so I can't really set the phone down anywhere, but let's see if we can get one of these things pulled out. Oh, they're all packaged together. All right. So, yeah, they're packaged up together, pretty tight in the bag. So let me go ahead and crack these open. I'm going to lay one out on my ottoman right here. All right, so I got the seat back right here. Doesn't really specify if there's a left or a right that I've seen so far, but really shouldn't matter. The seats are the same, just the controls on the side. So I imagine the seat bottom might be a little bit different, but so far, and I'm not gonna bullcrap this. If they're junk, they're just junk. I mean, they're almost $400, and if they're junk, they're junk. But I'm gonna tell you, this material feels good. It's real soft, but it does feel pretty grippy. It is perforated, so that'll let some heat out. Get the old sweaty back. The piping and everything looks good. All the stitching looks good. So far, I haven't seen anything wrong with the seat. The color is pretty nice. It's actually, I was worried about that, but it's pretty close to the color of my car. I'll know better once I get it inside right there. Flip this puppy over. They've got a little access pocket right here. And you can see they're cut out here for the lever for the seat back to raise it forward. And that should tuck in behind that plastic trim. And there should be a zipper on one of these sides. Oh yeah, right here. There's a zipper, so once you get it on, you can zip it up and cinch this thing tight along with your clips. And yeah, this thing feels good. There's a lot of padding inside. Sorry if the phone's all over the place. They got a lot of padding inside. They feel really nice. Like this feels good. Let me grab that bottom real quick. All right, here's the seat bottom. Pretty much same thing. Feels good. Everything looks good. All the piping looks good. I'm sure it's been packaged up. It needs to form a little bit. So once it gets on the seat, I can run over it with a, I don't know if I'd use a heat gun on this. I may try my steamer. May try a hair dryer first. See how that does. If that's not doing the trick, then I'll just, I'll get out my steamer and steam this. We are hitting some cold weather here in North Carolina, so, you know, the sun's not really going to be much of an asset to me, but this one is notched out right here, so this would be passenger side. Yeah, this should be passenger side here since it's notched out. And that should go where my levers and stuff are. Same thing. Everything's stitched up nice inside. It's got the clips you shove through. From what I've seen on videos, these things look very easy to put on. You got these straps here that'll stretch underneath and hook. And same here. This actually buckles. This will buckle to that here. So these will buckle together, and then all this stuff's in. So once these are assembled, from what I'm seeing on C5s and C6s, they seem to fit pretty good, and everything tucks in pretty nice to where it does not look like a seat cover. And that's what I need, because I don't want it to look like a seat cover at all. This was my decision to not do more of a race seat other than the covers, just like I said, to make mine look fresh and to give it some more padding. So if these things go in there tight and they're nice, I think I'll be pretty happy with these, and I hope that they do, and I hope that I am, because like I said, these were close to $400. Didn't take that long to get. It probably, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. Maybe they came from California, so maybe about 2 weeks. It wasn't too bad, and yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to say. I mean, not much going on with the packaging. I mean, they were packaged up decent enough. If the box would have got damaged, something would have went through and impaled it, I could see where it would have maybe damaged the seats or something. But, you know, there wasn't really any corner bracing or anything like that in the box, but it is a cardboard box, and it came in good shape. I mean, that far, I've bought stuff a lot closer, and this came beat up like it's been in a 12-round boxing match or something. So, yeah, the box came pretty nice. And like I said, these covers are nice. I wish it was warmer outside so I could just maybe lay these out over something and let them kind of heat up in the sun and sort of just let the material kind of relax. But they're not too bad. These seat backs were folded over a little bit right here, but they're not creased. So once that slides on, that let me get this back over here in the light. Yeah, once it slides on, a lot of this should pull out. I'm looking at that there. I can't tell if that's damaged or if it just needs to be pulled tight. I'll know more once it's on the seat. I can't tell. It may just be where it needs to be pulled tight. Yeah, I'm stretching it with my fingers. Yeah, it just needs to be pulled out. Okay, that's good. I thought maybe I had some damage right there, and that is a high spot. So you would see that. If it was somewhere down low, down here, I wouldn't be real concerned about it on the back side. But being up high like that, I don't want that to be anything stupid. But yeah, the little pocket, I guess that's kind of nice. I don't really know what you would do with it. Maybe put some gift cards or something in it, or some mail that you'll probably forget about. But yeah, there's the Kustom Interiors seats. I'll do another video with them in the car. I am going to pull the seats out to do it. So I may do a little bit of video along the way and just let you know how it's kind of going, how easy they're going on, how well they're conforming. And yeah, I'll get back at you then when we got some install going on. I also ordered a steering wheel. That's supposed to be here today too. So hopefully that comes in, and while I got the seats out, I can go ahead and do the steering wheel too. That way I'm not sliding around too much on the seats, trying to get that steering wheel out. So that should be here today. And yeah, we'll get at these seats as soon as possible. All right, to the next one. Yeah. All right, we're about to get to putting these covers in. Here's my factory seats. You can see they're in pretty decent shape. Again, I did go with all red, so it's not going to be a big change. It's just going to tidy a lot of this up. You can see where I've got just some off-colored stress cracks here and there. The seat's not busted up, but you know, things like this I just want to eliminate, you know, there, and give it some more cushion and just make it feel better. These are very stiff. So I'm about to pull these out, show you my driver's side. All right, here's the driver's side. Of course, it's a little more worn. It's had a lot more road time. All the mileage on this car has been from this seat, not that one. So of course, you know, the driver. But all my bolsters are still good. They all feel, you know, tight. They're not disformed or nothing. I'm sure they're not how they were 24 years ago, but they still feel good. But you can see all this stuff here is just what I wanted to clean up and just make the seat just look a lot better. I got a little place there, and of course my seat belt gets into it there a little bit. That'll clean off. But you know, I just got some small little places like there, and they will continue to get worse over time. But overall, I mean, my seats they're in pretty good shape to be a 24-year-old car, and to have the mileage I have. I've got about 154,000 on this car. My steering wheel actually came yesterday, so you know, I might try to get that popped in here in a minute, and you know, while I got the seats and everything out, and see how that goes. But yeah, all right, let's get it doing these covers. All right, passenger seat is in. Everything's pretty good. I heated this up just a little bit and got a lot of it out. It was a pretty bad crease right there, as well as down here, and I got some of that out too, but I'm gonna let it try to relax naturally and see how that piping kind of pulls out. I'll heat it up more if I need to, but overall the fit and finish is actually pretty good. Back up a little bit here. You can see everything's tight. On the side here, went with the red so it blended in with my seat. Now this is a manual seat. Of course, the other side is power, so all this will tuck in behind my power unit on the driver's side. But you can see all this is tight. Just this needs to work out just a little bit. Worst case scenario, if this does not pull out, I will actually take some foam and I will stuff it up in that bolster to form that better, to make that tight. But I feel like once it gets some heat, it's gonna pull out pretty good. But overall, these things fit nice. Now back here on my latch, I did pop the cover off and I painted it. It was just stained red and everything, so I painted it to make it look a little bit better. So once that dries, I'll pop it back on. And yeah, overall, these feel great and they look pretty good in the car. It definitely cleaned up the interior a lot. You can see it compared to my driver's seat over there that I haven't done yet. I'm going to pull it out now. But it wasn't too bad of a task. It just took a little bit of time to get everything pulled down tight and make sure it was all cinched up good. And I'm glad all my lines line up right here on the stitching. Like, I mean, it looks like a factory seat. You cannot tell this is a seat cover. I might need to pull that a little bit tighter too, but I want to see how it does once it heats up. So I've got it on there pretty good now. I'm gonna knock out that driver's side, and I'll let the natural elements kind of do what they do and see how they kind of start shaping. And I wish it was still summertime. I hate winter anyways, but I wish it was still summer, because it would be about 90 out here versus I think it's about 50 something today, and it would really help this leather, well, this Falks leather, really take shape and form, because it would heat up. It's still very cool to the touch. And yeah, the bottom is on there. I mean, it's about perfect, but this just on this bolster a little bit, and my bolster was not damaged. This is just where it was packaged and it kind of just formed. So I'm hoping that'll pull on out once it kind of heats up and maybe gets a little bit of mileage on it or something. But like I said, if not, I'll restuff this. I'll try heating this back up some and see if I can get that piping to pull on out. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna get this driver's side knocked out, and hopefully it turns out at least as good as this side. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Not sure if I'm gonna get to the steering wheel today. I'm not really looking forward to that too much. I want to get it in there, but you know, just dealing with pulling that out, getting everything lined back up. And the steering wheel has a red indicator at the very center of the top, and if that's not centered, that's really going to drive me nuts. So I'm not sure if I'll get to that today, but I'm going to knock out this other seat, and yeah, we'll get back at it after I get that done. All right, so the seat covers are done. The driver's seat is in, and this thing fit great on the bolsters. A little bit pulled up there, but it should relax. The bottom is tight, fits perfect around my controls. Everything is super tight, tucked in. You can see where the seam comes up here a little bit, but it's not bad. I could pull that down a little bit more, but I want to ride on it some and see how it does. But it's tucked in there super tight, but this is loose here, so it's not wanting to hold it in too tight, but it looks fine. I'll step back. It looks perfectly fine, but everything is good. I've got this back piece on here. That one over there is still, I'm waiting for the paint to dry, and I'll pop it on. But you can see, I'm hoping that'll relax some when the sun gets on it. I can pull it out tight, but I think when the sun gets on that, it's gonna pull it out pretty good. But these things, they look awesome. They look awesome in the car. They match everything. I did put a little bit of 303 on it, so it's not, you know, real shiny or nothing, which I don't like that anyways. I like the more the natural look. So I did put a little bit of 303 on it and just gave them just a little bit of sheen. It's more of a satin finish, and these things look great. Go around to the other side. I mean, they look awesome in the car. Yeah, that looks good in the car. Like I said, they were already red, as you've seen before, so it's not a drastic change. This has actually came out a lot more from earlier. Got my fingernails dirty. It came out a lot more from earlier, so I think that's going to be okay once it gets a little bit of time on it, because this definitely came out a lot more just from sitting here. So I think that's going to be fine. And yeah, these things look awesome. So Kustom Interiors seat covers for the C5, I think they got maybe like 3 choices maybe. They've got an all black, all red, and a black and red two-tone. I was tempted to get the black and red two-tone, but I kind of like my all red seats. So yeah, Kustom Interior, and you've seen how they look. And again, like I was saying earlier, I'm not gonna bull jive around about any of this. If they didn't fit good, you know, I'm being upfront about everything that's going on with them. That I had to heat it up a little bit, but you know, a lot of that, I imagine these things are sitting on the shelf. They've been packaged for a while, and you know, they just need to get some heat on them, and they need to relax. They need to really conform to the seat. Now, if you had a seat that was pretty busted up, maybe I would suggest maybe trying to stuff that with something. And these covers are they're pretty thick with cushion sewn into them. So I guess worst case scenario, if you had to, you could actually put some stuffing in your bad areas. Like if you got a bad bolster, like that's just ate out, it looks like a pit bull's been gnawing on it on a play day. you know, you could easily put some foam in that to get some shape, and you could actually put some West Virginia chrome on it, you know, aka duct tape, and actually get that shape back like that. And then once you put these on it, you would really never know. I mean, you would never know that it was repaired underneath there like that, because these are pretty thick, and when you sit in them, you can tell a big difference. I mean, the seats feel great. It makes the inside feel totally different in that car. And you know, even already having red seats, I knew it wasn't going to be like, oh my God, you know, look at these red seats in this black car, you know, whatever. If I had all black interior, just even them still being red, but just being fresh and new, and just the way they look and the way they feel, it makes the inside of the car feel totally different. So I'm really excited to get that steering wheel put in. And yeah, the inside is going to look, I think the inside is going to be about done, really. I don't really have much else I can do to the inside of the car. So yeah, there they are, the Kustom Interior seat covers. You know, if you got the extra money to spend, and you know, you got some seats you want to change up or freshen up, then I mean, that's the way to go. It's super easy. You know, it just took a little bit of time. You know, you take the seats out, and you know, you really got to pull and tug on a little bit, and you know, putting the clips that's on the bungee straps up, you know, in between the backrest and the bottom part. That's a little bit tough to kind of feed through there and grab with your other hand, you know, and try to kind of hold the seat up at the same time. You know, it's a little bit aggravating, but you know, I've seen some videos, people doing these covers in the car. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see how. There's no way you can get that seat really on, like get the cover really on the seat that well being in the car, especially the straps that go underneath the hook to the cross rails. Take the seats out. It's 4 bolts. It's 215, well, my car, 215 millimeters and 217 millimeters. The seats come out. They're super easy. And that way, when you got them out, go and vacuum that carpet and everything. Don't half-ass it. You know, I don't care what your interior looks like. Vacuum that carpet. I mean, you got the seats out. Vacuum the carpet. So, yeah, there we go. Kustom Interior. Seat covers are awesome. I'll try to get at this steering wheel sometime. I'll make a little quick video of that or whatever. It's a Revsol steering wheel. And, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the seat covers. And, you know, it's an honest opinion. I'm happy with the seat covers. All right. I appreciate everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. And I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. If I don't get at you, then, yeah, I hope everybody has a happy holiday and all that. All right. Appreciate everybody. Till the next one. Peace out. Take it easy.